What is going on, everybody? It's Gordon Xavier here today to share with you guys a little bit of love, some good energy, and some meditation techniques for beginners. We have that suggestion shout out to Halloween Freak 19. What's going on, fam? Thank you for the suggestion. Today, I'm going to dive into meditation. You might as well call this Meditation 101. And I'm going to break down a few things that you as a beginner can do to experience meditation, to make it fun and to make it effective. There's several different desires when it comes to what people want to get out of meditation. Some people want to get out of meditation a relaxed and peaceful feeling. Some people just want to simply, relax and calm their mind and clear their mind. So I'll share a technique for that. Some people choose to meditate to be able to concentrate, to gain the ability to concentrate and to learn how to focus their attention. And so I'll share some techniques for that. And then lastly, there's people that desire to meditate for the purpose of experiencing more of their psychic nature, to grow in sensitivity, and to be able to do cool things like lucid dream, astral project, and be able to feel people's vibes and do it so much so to where they can extract information and utilize it in whatever way they choose to utilize it. So with that being said, let's get into it. So with the first category of meditation, we're going to dive into wanting to relieve stress, to calm the mind, to relax, and to clear out all the contents of the mind. There's several ways to do that. There's no one way to meditate. But today I'll share with you guys the way I prefer to meditate when I want to clear my mind. First way I'll do it is I'll just find somewhere quiet, find somewhere nice and quiet, and focus on my breathing. In fact, when you do that, when you find somewhere nice and quiet and you sit down, maybe in a chair like the one I'm sitting in now, with an upright back, so you want to get somewhere, where you're nice and upright, and comfortable. I'll typically place my hands on top of each other like this, and it's kind of like connecting. I'll get my shoulders nice and relaxed, and I'll just sit back, and I'll breathe. Now, there's several different ways to breathe that will bring about different results. One of my favorite methods is two variations. I'll do the 4-4-4 method, where I'll sit back and I'll breathe in for 4, then I'll hold it for 4, then release for 4. And I'll do that in a cycle until I begin to lose myself in the count, and I'm no longer counting. Now, when I'm really antsy and stressed and I feel so much tension, then I'll do it for a much longer count. So I'll do it for maybe about 10 seconds. So I'll breathe in. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll breathe in for 10 seconds. I'll hold it for 10 seconds. And then I'll release it for 10 seconds. And in doing so, I'll find that I'm able to just, my mind I really stretch out the moment. And when I stretch out the moment, all those extra thoughts that typically rattle around in my head just kind of die off. So those are two ways that you in your room right now could practice meditation to relieve some stress and to calm your mind. Now, here's the thing about meditation. It doesn't have to be so rigid. It doesn't have to be so static. You don't have to sit down somewhere in a room in silence to meditate. Another way I like to get into a meditative state is I'll go on a walk, early in the morning or late at night. Oh, I love night walks when it's a beautiful night. And I'll just go on a walk, and I'll allow my mind to think. And that's a form of meditation. Allow my thoughts to run like a river and to see where my thoughts take me. And I'll walk and I'll just let that do what it does. I don't think I don't think we give ourselves permission to let our thoughts finish. A lot of us, we hop from thought to thought to thought to thought as if it's like a, you know, like a phone, and you open up all these apps on your phone. You open up all these apps of things that you're doing, and you're hopping from a new app, and you don't close the app out. And so what happens is now you have all these apps open, and your battery gets drained way faster. Same thing with your mind. And so you'll have all these things, these apps, these categories, these duties, these responsibilities that you'll think about, and you'll go haywire, but then you'll let that continue rolling while you'll direct your attention over here, and you'll be thinking about this, but that thing is still going in your subconscious. So I'll go on a walk and I'll close out all those apps. I'll think about the things, and I'll come to conclusions. I'll get closure on those apps. I'll breathe them out. Shoot, even sometimes when I'm walking and I feel emotion associated with those thoughts, I'll let that emotion out. If I feel sadness, I'll if I feel anger, I'll let that out too. You know, if I feel happy or joy, I'll let that out, you know. So meditation doesn't have to be so rigid. So you can, you know, utilize walks and things of that nature to meditate. The second form of meditation, the second category we're going to move into now, is for concentration. You want to build your ability to concentrate. Well, once again, meditation doesn't have to be so rigid. You can always pretty much go back to the breathing technique for almost any category of meditation, because simply sitting in silence and breathing is very good for you in so many ways. It's not just, you know, that transcends all the categories, all the desires that you have, to all the things you want to get out of your meditation. Just sitting down and simply being in silence and breathing would do you a lot of justice. It'll do you a lot of justice. But moving away from that, if you want to build some concentration besides just sitting down and breathing, you can do that in several ways. Sometimes I'll find that I'll do a meditation where I pick something on the wall and I'll sit back and I'll focus on just staring at it. And I won't think. I won't, you know, I won't let every time my mind wants to go somewhere else, I'll bring it back to what I'm staring at. And in doing so, I'm strengthening my ability to concentrate. Now, that's a little boring, right? You don't want to sit back and watch paint dry, but it's a great way to, you know, to practice focusing and concentrating, right? And in strengthening that muscle, you'll be able to apply that to other areas in life. But here's another way that's a little more entertaining that you can use to kind of meditate and to build your concentration, is to literally just pick up a book and read. Because you're focusing your mind on word by word, and that is a meditation. You know, a lot of Buddhist practices, they say make everything a meditation that you do. You can make everything a meditation by being mindful in the moment, being in the moment. You can make washing the dishes a meditation, really feeling the suds and really feeling the water and paying attention to how the plate is going from dirty to clean, and really honing in and focusing on the moment and absorbing as much as you can from the moment. That is meditation. So pick up a book and really focus on concentrating on the pages and what you're reading, and contemplating and absorbing it. And by doing so, you will strengthen your mind. Reading is one of the most amazing, one of the most powerful ways to strengthen your mind. When I first started along my spiritual journey and my personal development journey, I read so many books. Now I'm not reading so much because I'm more so focused on expressing all that I've learned, but I read so many books. Book after book after book, and it developed my mind in a way in which I could now concentrate on tasks that you know, typically in the past were very difficult for me to concentrate on. So reading is a great meditation practice, so try that out. And the third and final category of meditation, or the third and final desire people like to get out of meditation, is they want to strengthen their psychic ability, right? Our supernatural ability to be able to feel energy in a different way, to be able to have really, really cool dreams, out-of-body experiences, things of that nature. So I'm gonna share with you guys a couple of techniques that I have personally used that have strengthened my ability to be able to do all those really cool things. The first thing I'll share with you guys is visualization. visualization in your meditations is a very, very, very powerful way to not only strengthen the eye that you use in your mind, to strengthen your mind eye, but it's also a really, really cool way to summon energy when you visualize. Think about times in your life where you simply just imagine like going to breakfast with your family. You might have gotten good feelings, or you might have gotten even more hungry. How is that so? You're not really sitting in front of a buffet smelling the food, but it's in your mind. You see it in your mind's eye, and that the mind's eye not only has the ability to image up things, but it can summon energy through those visualizations. So I'll use my mind's eye in meditations to summon specific energy, to summon specific divine vibes, to strengthen my spirituality. And so oftentimes I'll sit in meditation and I will visualize light coming to me. I'll visualize particles of light coming to me. And to me, I truly, and the thing is, you have to believe in what you're visualizing, but I truly believe that when I visualize that light, I truly believe that I'm summoning light and I'm absorbing that light into my being. And when you think about it, it doesn't sound that crazy, because there's so many different light rays in the universe that we can't see with our human eyes, but this eye sees a different kind of light. Think about it. Close your eyes right now. I'll do it with you. Sit in silence and close your eyes right now, and you can see stuff. Look at your parents right now. You can visualize your parents. I can see my dad. I can see my mom. I can see my little brother and sister. I can see my grandparents. You know, how is that possible? There's a light that's within us. Where we have the ability to command light. And so when you're in meditation, command light and draw it into you. Draw it into you. Draw a specific light vibration that you want, whether it be money, find prosperity vibrations, light rays that are associated with prosperity and abundance, or love, or your psychic ability. You can label this light that you're drawing into. You can label it. And some of you want to astral project, lucid dream. Well, label this light that you're imagining and you're seeing in your mind's eye. Label it as the kind of light that gives you that ability. And as you label it, now you can allow it to flood in. And the thing about the human being is, we can't tell we can't tell the subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what you're imagining. You can imagine something right now and get pissed off. And something that can happen right now in real life that can piss you off. Isn't that funny? So utilize your imagination in your meditations to begin to summon up specific energies and abilities. And that's one of my favorite ways to do it. Sometimes there's this one meditation I was reading in a book where, you'd sit back and you'd imagine that you're being taken to this divine place, right? And whatever divine to you means, and whatever that would look like to you, visualize it. But I would visualize myself coming up to this stage, this almost like it's in this beautiful garden, right? I'd imagine this beautiful garden that I'm visiting. And in the middle of this garden, there's this beautiful granite tiles, almost like Greek, architecture. And there's this beautiful stage with these columns around. And I would visualize that after me being transported to this beautiful place, I'd walk up to this stage, this platform, and I'd stand there. And now I'd have angels come to me. And these angels, they'd be, sometimes I'd imagine them to be hundreds of feet tall. And they'd walk up and they'd stand around this platform. And as I'm standing there, I'd look around and they'd all put their hands out and they would radiate to me this amazing, beautiful energy. And so in this energy that they would radiate to me, I would allow myself to absorb it and to feel it and to feel the empowerment in my nervous system from what I was imagining. And I'd be in such a deep meditative state to where I would see this stuff, like just like I'm seeing this right now, just like you're seeing me right now. I would be in such a deep meditative state that I would see this for myself. And so, you know, whatever that looks like to you, allow yourself to do that, because once again, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what you're imagining, because it's all real. That's the secret, that's the key, it's all real. And the last meditation technique that I will share with you in this video is what I would call dynamic meditation. And this meditation is even more so free of form than the other methods I've shared with you. But in this meditation, I'd spend some time to myself going through all my emotions and my thoughts and acting them out and expressing it, and to expressing it fully and to letting that out. And I consider that a meditation, especially one that serves me when it comes to my psychic ability, because psychic ability is nothing more than being sensitive and being able to feel deeply. And so it's very difficult for you to feel deeply when you're clogged emotionally. So I'll spend time, I'll get into a meditative state, maybe through movement, through stretching, through breathing and yoga, through shaking, and in doing so, I'll find that I begin to jar emotions loose. And when you jar those emotions loose, then you can begin to accept them and feel them and release them. And as I practice these meditations often, you know, typically I'm in a room by myself when no one's home, so I can make all the noise I want. But, you know, as I release all of this, well, I'm clearing the way for a universal intelligence to come and work through me. So, you know, oftentimes for the big you, for your higher self, for God, the big you to step in, the little you has to get out the way. And so the dynamic meditation that I'm talking about right now, you know, has helped me dramatically get out of the way. And so oftentimes when I start these videos, I have no idea what I'm getting ready to say. I have no idea what's about to come out next. But I've gotten out of the way through all these meditations that I'm able to allow my big self to step in and to take the reins and, you know, speak on these subjects. Like this entire video right now was off the top of the head, first take, you know, and it just flowed out because I got out the way. And these meditation techniques that I'm sharing with you right now have dramatically helped me when it comes to getting out of the way. So wrapping up, guys, it's a little bit of a longer video, but it's packed full of useful information. I hope this serves you guys. You know, I do offer one-on-one coaching, so if any of you want to dive deeper into these meditations and to get guided with them, then you can go to my website, www.gordonxavier.com, and book a session with me, and we can dive deeper into all of these, and I'll share with you some more of the advanced methods, in which I didn't mention in this video, but some things that will help you dive deeper into yourself and to really be able to utilize meditation for, you know, creating and inventing yourself, and to allowing your big self to step in and to work with you and to help you manifest your dream life. So feel free to do that. You can also get you an Evolve shirt on my website. These shirts are the people are really vibing with these, so you know, to represent that evolution. And you know, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So if you found this useful, be sure to like this video, leave comments below, and let me know if this was useful to you, and add on to what I'm sharing as well. You know, this is a two-way conversation, so add on to this and share some insights you may have learned being someone who meditates and who's moving and evolving towards their best version. So as always, much love, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and to hit the bell to be notified for future videos. Until next time, y'all be easy. Take care.